It is October 26th, 2023, 8:20 p.m. I am in the theater parking lot to watch the 9:05 showing of the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I cannot believe it. The day is finally here. We have been waiting for this movie for 8 years. This movie has been in development hell for so long, and now it is finally here. I'm excited. I am so excited. I'm more excited than I was for the Mario movie, and I was really excited for that one, but this one is special. This one is special. It's because it's not, I mean, yeah, it makes sense for a popular mainstream video game series that's been around for decades to finally get a proper movie, but this is a relatively niche indie game developed and owned by one man getting a mainstream Hollywood film. And this is something I've been a fan of from the very beginning, since August of 2014. I'm about as OG as you can get. So this is something even more. This is even more special. And I know the critics are already going on about how it's not the best, not great, but you know what? Scott and Blumhouse made it abundantly clear that this was made and tailored to the fans. So obviously, you know, mainstream critics or even general mainstream audiences aren't gonna properly appreciate everything, and that's fine. Okay, that's okay. It's gonna make its money back. I'm sure I've heard the rumors right. It already has. So I'm going into this the same way I'm going into it like I did with the Mario movie. I don't need it to be the best thing ever. I don't need it to be a perfect adaptation. Hell, for this, I don't even need it to be scary necessarily. I don't even need to be scared or terrified. I just need to enjoy it the entire time I'm watching it, and I need to leave the theater excited and happy that I saw it. Okay? My biggest fear is that I'm going to be disappointed. I don't foresee that happening, but that's my biggest fear, is I feel like I'm going to be disappointed. But like I said, I can't see that happening. So about to go in and I'm excited. Can't wait to ramble on how I feel once this is all said and done. Look at this. This still does not feel real. This still does not feel real. It is.
2 hours later.
Just got out of the theater. Okay, I have a lot to say, but the quick, simple TLDW, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was getting a little bit worried towards the middle, but it picked up again, and I loved it. I have a lot I need to get off my chest right now, so yeah, this is where it's going to get into spoiler territory. So yeah, if you just wanted to hear my quick, simple opinion, there it is. I loved it. If you're a FNaF fan, watch it. I know you will anyway, but please watch it. That being said, I'm going to go into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Matt Pat, you fucking son of a bitch! I almost knew you were lying when you said you weren't in it, when you were acting all upset you weren't invited. There was a part of me that wanted to believe that you were lying, that you were just joking, and you were just joking to surprise us, and he did. The motherfucker is actually in the movie as a waiter at a restaurant called Sparky's, so there's a double reference there. He even fucking says it's just a theory. Holy fucking shit. Yes. Oh, wow. Oh, I was relatively quiet while watching the movie, but when I saw him, when I realized that he was on screen, I actually verbally said, "That son of a bitch." I actually got a look from the guy next to me, but yes. Wow, okay, I definitely needed to get that one out of the way. Something I actually was surprised about, the aunt's lawyer, I honestly would have lost money. I thought that was Scott Cawthon in effects makeup. I honestly thought that was Scott Cawthon. Even when he actually spoke, I figured maybe he was doing an impression like that, but no, apparently it's not actually Scott. So that actually caught me off guard. Hold on, I need to turn my car on. It's actually getting hot in here. But yeah, I would have lost money on that because the lawyer actually looks so much like Scott. Like just like the eyes and like the facial structure. So I truly thought that was Scott. Unless he went by his stage name in the credits. Yeah, I honestly thought that was Scott, but because that would have been a cool cameo from the creator himself. I figured Scott himself would have a cameo somewhere, but I guess apparently he didn't. Unless I missed something. But wow. Okay. So onto the movie itself. I mean, I think we all knew it wasn't going to follow the structure of, him sitting in the office all night just watching the cameras. But credit where it's due, it actually did take place over the span of 5 nights. Like, he did spend 5 nights at Freddy's. So, thank you for that. I was scared it was going to go a security breach approach and have it take place in 1 night, despite being called 5 Nights at Freddy's. So, that was good. I was pleasantly surprised with that. But yeah, the nights themselves, like, the first few nights were short and simple and stuff like that. But that's to be expected, to set everything up. Oh, wow. Again, I did say I got worried towards the middle, because on the 3rd night, when Abby was there, no, it was the 4th night, when, like, the whole night was spent, like, them just having a montage of them building a fort and playing in the fort and having the animatronics act like kids, I honestly got worried. I thought, oh, no, please don't kidify this. I know they're kids, but don't kidify this. Don't make them seem like super innocent kids and stuff like that. Like, they get rid of the scariness, like the eeriness. Again, thankfully they turned that around and have it revealed, like, no, that's all a trick because they want Abby. They want Abby because they're being controlled by William Afton. So at least they were able to turn that around. That brought me back to my happiness. So I'm going to turn the air down because again I'm a little bit warm in here. I've got a lot of energy right now because, whew, boy, the fan service in this movie. Yes, when the opening shot. Okay, well, first of all, the first scene of the movie of the old security guard getting killed, yes, that is absolutely the best way you could have started this movie. That's when I was writing my first Five Nights at Freddy's fan fiction, when we only had the first game, and when we only had the first 1 or 2 games, and I was envisioning what a FNaF movie would look like. Yeah, the best way you could have started it was having the old night guard, like, die on the job. That was the perfect way to set the tone. So I'm glad they went that approach. I'm not saying I took credit for that, or, like, I should be credited for that, because obviously that's ridiculous. But yeah, but when the first, and then the opening sequence itself, like the actual title sequence. First of all, I'm glad it followed the older trend of, like, having the credits in the actual beginning of the movie and showing the title of the movie in the beginning of the movie. I always loved that. I hate that modern movies just, like, skip the opening credits and go straight into the movie, and then, like, wait till the end and stuff like that, and to show, like, the title of the movie and stuff like that. I've always loved, like, that big reveal of the title in the beginning of the movie. So I'm really glad this movie took that approach. But the fact that the credit sequence is in the 8-bit style of the mini games, showing the backstory of, like, Afton, like, kidnapping and luring the kids, great start. Absolutely fantastic start. And when the first thing you fucking see is a clock for 6 a.m. and a book called Dream Theory on the side table, you're in for a good start. You're in for a good story, a good fan servicey movie. And credit where it's due, it wasn't there just for, like, a one-off thing. Like, it actually does play a factor into the story, like the whole Dream Theory situation. So that does play a factor. So it wasn't just a one-off joke. Oh, and then the fucking Mike's old job at the mall, where the ice cream shop or whatever. And yeah, fucking Chica's Magic Rainbow is the logo. Yes, yes, that was fucking great. And fucking Balloon Boy is actually in the movie as that little jump scare toy thingy. That was great. That was fucking great. I did jump at it, but at the same time, loud noise after silence is gonna make everyone jump. But the first time it got me. Second time was just funny. Third time, yeah, that was obviously meant for a joke. Oh my gosh. And yeah, Corey Kenshin was obviously in the movie, but we knew that from the trailers. He was actually credited as Corey Kenshin in the movie itself. He was actually credited as Corey Kenshin. So that was actually kind of cool. A little bit weird to see when you have so much, especially when when you see Matthew Patrick, but then you see Corey Kenshin. So that was a bit weird. But I mean, obviously, I'm sure he wouldn't want to dox himself like that anyway. So fair enough. It's just off-putting, a little bit weird. It's just a bit weird, but yeah. But he was the perfect cat. He was the perfect role for that cat taxi driver. He brought his energy. He brought his crazy, wild, manic energy to that cab driver. It was fantastic. He did such a good job. Corey, you did such a great job. It was so awesome to see you in the movie. Yeah, and a lot of people were speculating, was Markiplier lying about not being in the movie? The fact that people still thought that was, because again, at least with MatPat, he just said he was never offered or something like that, or just implied he was never offered, whereas Markiplier made it very clear, no, I was offered, there was just schedule conflicts. But people still thought, maybe he was just saying that. No, he was not in the movie. He was telling the truth, which I fully believed. But it makes me wonder who he was originally going to play. It makes me wonder what role they had for Markiplier, because the taxi driver, like I said, that was perfect for Corey. I couldn't imagine. I would honestly be kind of sad if they chose Corey as a replacement to Mark, because Mark couldn't make it. But I suppose it's entirely possible at the same time. It's entirely possible that's what happened. But yeah, with that's just a theory line from the waiter. I'm fairly certain that they had MatPat in mind for that. So I'm really glad that worked out. I still can't believe that actually happened. That was a pleasant surprise. Good job on that one, Matt. Oh man. But yeah, the fan series, dude. I knew. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to process that this actually happened. I'm still trying to process. I actually watched a official Five Nights at Freddy's movie in the theater. Oh yeah, and the one thing I was hoping for. Well, there were a lot of things I was hoping for, but the biggest thing I was hoping for was if the Five Nights at Freddy's song from The Living Tombstone was gonna be in the movie. It was the fucking credits song. Not even a remix. It is the song. Yes. Thank you. I am so glad that happened. It is the Five Nights at Freddy's fan song. It is the song everybody thinks of when they think of Five Nights at Freddy's fan songs. I am so glad it was actually in the movie. But that, oddly enough, that was actually the only time in the entire movie where the Toreador March actually played, was that song. There was no other instance of the Toreador March playing, which kind of disappoints me, because they played it in the trailer, so I suspected it was going to play somewhere. But no, the Toreador March wasn't in there somewhere. And neither was the Freddy nose honk. Because when Freddy was approaching Mike, and Mike had the chair, protected him, I honestly thought he was going to bop Freddy in the face or whatever, and it was going to make that horn honk. I was really hoping that that's what was going to happen, but no, that didn't happen. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that. But you know what? I'm still thankful for what we got. Don't get me wrong. I'm still thankful for what we got. It was an experience. I was so glad. And yeah, the story. I guess I've been talking this much about the fan service stuff. I haven't really been talking too much about the story itself. But the story itself is admittedly kind of basic. I will give it that. It is kind of what you'd expect. Mike himself, first of all, he's a lot different than my Mike, the Mike Schmidt I wrote. And yes, he is Mike Schmidt. That is confirmed to be Mike. He is Mike Schmidt. But yeah, he's a lot different from my Mike Schmidt, but he was still good. Josh Hutcherson did a fantastic portrayal as a Mike who's down on his luck, can't let go of the past while still trying to struggle with the present, stuff like that. So he had a pretty decent-ish arc. It kind of rushed towards the end. He kind of just snapped. There wasn't kind of a real build-up. Him wanting his brother back, his family back, and yeah, but then agreeing, yes, I'll give you Abby to give you my brother, but then he just immediately goes, wait, no, I don't. I don't know. That felt a bit rushed. If you ask me. But other than that, he had a pretty decent arc. Abby, Piper, the girl that Abby, she was fantastic in her role. Which, again, very surprising for a child actor, but she did a fantastic job as Abby. The quiet kid a super quiet kid who hardly talks, but when she was emoting and doing what Abby should do, yeah, she did a fantastic job. Oh, excuse me. And Vanessa, Vanessa was really good. It is confirmed that this Vanessa is William Afton's daughter. This Vanessa, I must stress, because again, this is a different canon from the games. So yeah, this is a different canon from the games. But so I guess I guess that's something to consider for the games. Is Vanessa actually William Afton's daughter in the game? So I guess the theorists are gonna have fun with that one. And speaking of William Afton, Matthew Lillard did a fantastic job. I knew he was perfect for the role, where he could be that sweet, charming, great guy that you could trust, while also giving the portrayal of a psychotic killer. He did a fantastic job. It was beautiful. And that reveal when the Spring Bonnie walked onto the screen for the first time, he did such a fantastic job. Oh, it was such a good. And the spring lock scene. Yes, the spring lock scene did happen. He actually fucking said, "I always come back," as he was being spring locked. I actually gave a small applaud. I actually clapped when he said that, because I'm like, he actually said the thing. The timing was a bit weird, but he said the thing, so that was great. I loved it. Oh, but yeah, such a great. Oh man, such a good movie. Such a good movie. Again, not for everybody. You know, if you're not a fan, a lot of things could go over your head, or you might think it's just too simple, or simple and straightforward, which, yeah, objectively it is kind of straightforward and by the numbers, but it's still a fantastic watch. If nothing else, you can see it as a good popcorn flick where you just sit back, enjoy, and just have fun with it. So, wow. Wow. I need so overall, I was not disappointed. My fear was not realized. I was not disappointed. I had a fantastic time watching it. Again, did get worried towards the middle, but it all came back around. So, such a fantastic movie. This was worth the wait. This absolutely was worth the wait. And I hope we get the full trilogy like Scott envisioned. I'm sure we will. I'm sure it'll happen. But such a fantastic job. Such a great movie. So, I'm going to drive home. I'm going to think about this. I'm going to edit this video, obviously, post it. What a time to be a FNaF fan, guys. What a time to be a FNaF fan.